Imagine you're a female athlete playing a sport that you've worked and practiced so hard for. The other team walks in, and you notice one of their players is a little bit off, no offense. She is broad-shouldered, abnormally tall for a female, and still has a little bit of facial hair. You learn this person is a biological male. Your game starts and you're extremely nervous and discouraged. The female is dominating and leads their team to victory. How is this fair? Well, it's not. Joanna Harper, a medical physicist at Brigham University, says, pretty much any way you slice it, trans women are going to have a strength advantage even after hormone therapy. I just don't see that as anything but factual. This picture is transvantage in sports. This is a trans woman and this is a biological woman. The trans woman is overall 19% stronger, has more activity in the brain linked to spatial awareness, twice as much muscle mass, and larger bones, meaning more space for muscle. The biological woman has 10 to 12% smaller lung capacity, 30% lower oxygen levels, and 10% less bone mass density. So overall, a trans woman, even after hormone therapy, is going to have an advantage. Should transgender athletes be forced to compete only against their biological sex? Athletes of all sports train extremely hard, starting from when they were super young, to be able to compete in games. This goes for everyone, whether you're transgender or not, just compete in the correct division. This is because more than likely, if they don't, they're gonna end up dominating in every sport they play, which is unfair and super discouraging for biological females. I personally am a high school athlete and really enjoy the sports I play. If I had to go against a trans girl that was biologically a man, I would feel extremely uncomfortable and pretty nervous. I watch the Olympics and college sports regularly, and once in a while, you will see the issue. So, these are all the women's sports that trans women have competed in. So we can't even say that it's not an issue. So we have women's basketball, women's beach handball, women's cricket, women's bodybuilding, women's cross country, women's cycling, women's dance, women's dodgeball, women's football, women's hockey, women's MMA, women's powerlifting, women's roller derby, women's rowing, rugby, and women's running. I have read many articles and watched many videos, so I feel as I'm pretty educated on this topic. Transgender athletes should be forced to compete in their biological sex division. If not, I do not think they should be allowed to play. For example, if a trans woman, meaning biologically a boy who is transitioning to a girl, must not compete against a biological female in sports, or the other way around. I cannot compete against 7th graders because I am no longer in junior high. I would have a huge advantage over all of them. I mean, that's not fair. It's the same if you're biologically a boy. You cannot compete against biological women because that's not fair. According to the Alliance Defending Freedom, trans women have 20% advantage when it comes to jumping, and jumping is included in volleyball, track, basketball, and many more sports. We need to stop these athletes from participating in the wrong division, finding a solution to it so athletes can have some peace. Transgender athletes all over the world in high school and college sports, as well as the Olympics, are competing in the wrong division. This really needs to be stopped. To help fix this problem, there are some steps that I will be doing, and I strongly encourage you to do as well. Gather as much information as possible and educate yourself on the topic until you understand it very clearly. Once you are educated, the next thing you can do is educate others and as many people around you as you possibly can. Now that you have created a support group, you can protest, send letters, or start a movement. But be confident and respectful as you do these because you don't want to be that disrespectful protester. Once you have accomplished all of these, there will be so much relief and many benefits. Even if you don't actually fully get the athletes banned from competing in the wrong division, you can still say that you tried your best and put your effort in to get everything fixed. More athletes won't have to worry about going up against someone that's in the wrong age or gender division. Wrapping things up, transgender athletes should be forced to compete in their biological sex divisions. I hope you walk out feeling more educated than you came in. I encourage you to help make a change by going through the steps I said previously. So in the spirit of fairness and respect, I wish that one day, soon, that women, biological females, will not have to be discouraged for this reason ever again. So, on my last slide, I have some examples of trans women competing in the wrong division. So, this is the infamous swimmer Leah Thomas. She competed in the Olympics and got the gold medal over every single other biological female in the Olympics. This second picture is Athena Ryan, is the trans woman, and then next to her is Adeline Johnson, and Athena kicked Adeline out of the state title, and so she was no longer able to compete in the state title because a trans woman beat her. This is Alexia Kearns, who transitioned at the age of 25, so really late, and is still able to compete in women's rugby, and her team absolutely dominated everyone in their season. So